Abuse of power, obstruction of Congress. Those are the two articles. It'll be on the floor on Wednesday after the Rules looks at it on Tuesday. Congressman Jim Jordan, you no longer have to sit in that seat and stare straight ahead and give speeches without a jacket on. Are you solemn today? What do you think the real feeling among Democrats is?
Well, who knows? I mean, we'll know the real feeling next November when the American people get to decide. But the whole thing was ridiculous. I mean, this is really about what Nancy Pelosi said 3.5 weeks ago when she called the President of the United States an imposter. They have never accepted, Brian, the fact that 63 million of us voted for this guy to come to this town and drain the swamp, won an electoral college landslide. They've never accepted that fact, and they've been looking for any way and every way to take him out of this town and take him out of office. And now it comes down to impeachment. When all the facts are on the president's side, they don't care because they've never accepted the will of the American people.
How would you characterize what you went through? I saw a group of people talking at each other, not to each other, not listening at all. You did not engage each other, so nothing was done. I felt as though the American people were bored to tears or they hit mute. No offense.
Yeah. No, I get that, but again, they won't accept the facts. 4 facts have never changed. They will never change. They've always been there. We have the transcript. There was no quid pro quo in the transcript. We have the 2 guys who were on the call, President Trump, President Zelensky. Both have said no pressure, no pushing, no linkage of an investigation to the security assistance money. We have the fact Ukraine didn't even know aid was paused at the time of the call. And most importantly, Ukraine took no action, i.e. never made any announcement of investigation into anybody, let alone the Bidens, to get the aid released. Those facts have always been there, but they don't care because they've never accepted the will of the people. And Brian, they know they can't beat President Trump next November. Remember, in 2016, they had the insurance policy when they spied on 4 American citizens associated with President Trump's campaign. In 2020, they're trying impeachment to hopefully give themselves a chance to have a chance to compete against the president next fall. It's not going to work. President Trump's going to win because of his amazing record.
So since the Democrats and Republicans don't really talk to each other, and certainly not to Adam Schiff, I'm going to try to be the go-between. Let's answer Adam Schiff's questions. What are you going to say to your grandchildren when they ask you, why didn't you do anything to stop that horrible man?
We defended the facts. We defended the truth. We defended President Trump. And in the 3 years he's been president, taxes cut, regulations reduced, economy growing at an unbelievable pace. You just had some of the numbers from last month, 260,000 jobs. Gorsuch and Kavanaugh on the court, out of the Iran deal. Embassy is now in Jerusalem. Hostages home from North Korea. And today marks one of the greatest trade days for our country. We're going to get a new USMCA, new NAFTA next week. We're getting a new agreement with China. And, oh, by the way, the president said he's going to work with Boris Johnson to get a new agreement with Great Britain. Those are the kind of things he's getting done, and that's why he's going to win next November.
We're also getting a Space Force. Lastly, real quick, Congressman Jordan, when you look at this whole thing in its entirety, and you look at Brexit gets passed, they don't accept it, nothing happens. President Trump wins an election, they don't accept it, they fight the whole time. Do you see a parallel?
Yeah, certainly. When you have people coming in and taking on the establishment, trying to drain the swamp, standing up for we the people, the American people, the hardworking folks like I know in Ohio, union workers, hardworking people in Ohio, families across this country, that makes this town go crazy. But this president's fighting for the very people he told them that he was going to fight for, doing what he said he was going to do.
Well, I can tell you're a wrestler because you just worked for 36 out of the last 48 hours. You don't even look tired because you put the training in. Congressman, thanks so much for spending part of your Friday night with us.
You bet, Brian. Thank you for all you do.
You got it.